Good evening, race fans. Apologies. Slightly late on the start of the moment. It is the Sunday Night League brought to you by Coach Dave Delta. GT3s and Porsche Cup cars for your viewing pleasure. And this evening, is round number 3. We will be bringing to you, of course, slightly shorter on the Nürburgring last week. There we go. There's got to be a smoother way to make that one happen. We'll get that fixed. But tonight we are at Monza. Oh yeah, it's only a couple of minutes left of qualifying, so plenty of data for us to consume straight away. And yeah, we'll turn that down just a bit. It's the Mustang of Brogan Dyer who's leading the way overall. We've also got Thomas Nopek. He'll be in the wild cards up at the top of the field. Tice Payne is a wild card as well. We've got the Silvers led by Schoberg. Somewhat down the field there is McCulloch 19th, just ahead of Jongen and Horman, fresh from their exploits in the 10 hours of Kyalami. The QR code still on the screen, by the way, if anyone does want to contribute to the Helpful Heroes race that we had on Saturday. Over £1,400 raised. Won by Sander Jacobs, ran the whole thing solo. Not too shabby a showing at all. But yeah, the QR code is still there if you want to donate. More than gratefully received. And there is Horman for another lap completed. Brogan Dyer looking to go faster. He's got a bit of slipstream from Tice Payne. Oh, he's pulled up just short of the line. Damien Konzig, 2/10 up on his time. This will be his last chance at the top spot, heading towards Ascari. So he's not got much of a lap left to go, but he does need to find a lot of time through Parabolica. Well, he's found another bit on the exit to Ascari. It might be on, and in fact, Hajo Horman's just gone past Jerome Jongen. Those two have had a phenomenal battle in the Porsche Cup cars so far this series, and it looks like it's going to continue once again. Again, teammates at the weekend. And now adversary. Konzig. That's a bumper needing repaired right there. Gianluca De Luca is looking quick as well. And there's Bjornhag, just gone quicker. So quite a few changes there, but Harman Jongen is finished with his qualifying time. Lieutenant Redeye right in the middle of the pack of Porsche Cups. Lando Mock third in the Porsche Cup cars. Timmermans in 4th position, but it looks like it's going to be Brogan Dyer that takes the top spot for the GT3s. In the Porsche Cup cars, here we can see, let's get some times up. Yeah, Horman, Jongen, Mock, Timmermans, Steiner and Blauwitz in the Porsche Cup cars, and in the GT3s, the Silvers, McCutcheon, Schoberg, McCulloch, the top 3 with Woolley, Madsen, Sokolov, Redeye and Mashko rounding out the 8 silver drivers. And you can see in the pros, Brogan Dyer, all 3 purple sectors as well. It's not often we see that. Damien Konzig in 2nd and David Gran in 3rd place. That's going to be quite the battle. Adrian Hanowitz is effectively 4th in the pros with Papai in 5th and Wessels in 6th. Abelstad in 7th position. Wright and Ericsson 8th and 9th. Woolley in 10th place. Gilroy with no quali time. And in fact, we'll pop that off for the moment. 90-minute race with the 1 mandatory pit stop for the drivers to take. Some reasonably decent track conditions. We saw them get up to about 45 degrees at the weekend, only 32 here at Monza. See if I can get a look at the starting grid. Right, let me see if I can crack open the Twitch chat as well. Good evening to anyone that is in Twitch watching along. Well, there's been a lot of sim racing on this weekend. Let me do this and this. Perfect. There we go, so we can see, yeah, big gap for Brogan Dyer as well. That Mustang really outperforming the rest of the cars quite considerably, almost 6/10 of a second. The minus 2 kgs definitely working in its favour as far as the LFM bot goes. That sounds like, yeah, there we go. And now that we have that up and running, let's have a cheeky look down the grid. That short start has caught me out once again. Let's get a replay. It looks like it's been quite an interesting start. Sorry, let me catch up. Oh, and get this fixed. Goodness me. Yeah, so here we're going to turn one with the race leaders. We missed us on the start. Positions gained. Brogan Dyer is down one. It looked pretty clean almost through turn number one. 3 wide there for the Ferrari. In the middle does make it through though. Sokolov made it through as well. So turn one actually looks really good. I think it's turn 2 where we've seen a few drivers come across there. I'm not sure if that's going to catch this. Neo Eriksson, it looks like it's tumbled down the order. Let's get close up of Konzek, who has taken the lead. All battles going on in the background. Schober leading the way for the Silvers. He's much further down the order than where I was looking though. There's Adrian Hanowitz right on the back of the lead 2 battles. It's Brogan Dyer looking to retake the lead in turn number 1. Konzig much later on the brakes for the McLaren. Let me see if we can find out what happened to Ericsson. So yeah, it wasn't the turn 2, just after the opening replay. The Fear Nothing Moto. Oh, so there was an accident already taking place up ahead, as well as that pinball effect. Oh, and that is an absolute junkyard pile up there. And we've also got Lieutenant Red-Eye, who's now tumbling down the order as well. So there's been another big crash there. Oh, and there's something big going on. Oh, through turn 2 again. I've said this so many times about this course. Turn 1 gets such a hard time about causing crashes, but drivers get through turn 1 and they relax, and that is a mistake, because turn 2 is even more difficult to get through than turn number 1, as we're about to find out here. So we've got a damaged Lamborghini just in front. I think that's poor Jace Wright again. He seems to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Okay, so he wasn't that time, but oh, big contact between the two cars. The silver leader makes his way through, and an Aston Martin and Madsen did manage to squeak his way through there as well, but some big impacts up at the front. Leon Wessels and the Bentley all over the back of Borage, but it is Brogan Dyer and Damien Konzik who are still fully engaged up at the front of the field, and it is Adrian Hanowitz, Thomas Nopek and David Gran. You can see the race leaders there pulling over the right hand side. Damien Konzik trying to take the extreme inside line. Let's see what Brogan Dyer does. He's got the nose in front once again, but here comes Damien Konzik, heavy on the brakes. Oh, is he run a bit too deep? He's going to look for the cutback, surely. Brogan Dyer, is he going to manage to pull it off? He is not quite close enough once again. In the background you can still see the Mercedes. Look how much pull he's got, bump drafting him around the course. Some absolutely top race IQ there. He's bump drafting the two of them away from the cars behind. Not too bad an idea considering how close they are getting. Oh, Nopek with a bit of a yellow flag there. Might have just slightly cut that chicane. And in fact he has been overtaken by Hanowitz. Hanowitz has got past. As you can see there, the Team Shimmy Skins driver now in 4th place overall. Where's Hadjo Horman? Oh, Horman has tumbled down the order. He's down in 22nd position. Oh, and I think he was a victim in turn 2 as well. Oh yeah, he pulled into the parking lot. Oh, and he almost made it through. So yeah, we've already seen this incident. He almost made it through, and then really didn't. It was all going so well until it wasn't, as they say. So that's dropped him massively down the order. It's given Jerome Jongen the lead in the pole. Oh no, it's not, sorry, Timmermans. Timmermans up to 12th place overall. It's had an absolutely cracking start. He finds himself in the lead of the Post Cups. That is some going. Steiner now in 3rd place with Mock and Horman 4th and 5th. Jace Wright is the beleaguered Lamborghini that we've seen. He's going to come in now for a pit stop. An hour and 24 minutes on one set of tyres is not going to be the easiest of tasks. And neither is Fender or Brogan Dyer. He's been doing it so far as Damien Konzik about to yield, though. He's been trying it in turn 1. He's not been able to pull off this time. He's gone for it on the way out of turn number 1, and he has definitely pulled it off. Not only that, he has brought David Gran right into the hunt for this one. The Fear Nothing Moto Mercedes has got Hanowitz sitting down the road. Oh, and the nimble McLaren just pops up the inside. Is he going to hold this one onto the... on at the back straight into Ascari? Or is the Mercedes going to follow him through and he's going to take out both positions? He is indeed. The Mercedes is going to say thank you very much. Mustang done and dusted. Adrian Hanowitz is now going to be counting these chickens. Are they going to hatch though? Oh, Grant not quite got the straight line. Grunt, despite being in the slipstream, couldn't pull past the Mustang. Phenomenal driving by Brogan Dyer. He managed to keep that thing in front of the Mercedes, which he's done. Damien Konzik, no slouch either, to get himself back into the lead of the race. A 4-way battle for the win, and Nopek is right on the back as well. The top 5 separated by under a second and a half in the Parabolica at the end of lap number 3. Timmermans is keeping pace with Paint as well, and Jerome Jongen right on the back of Abelstad, Gilroy, Woolley, Timmermans. Yeah, right on the back of Tice Paint. Oh, Neil Eriksson dropping down the order once again. That's Danny McCutcheon we're on. Neil Eriksson has absolutely tumbled down the order. Let's get back up to the lead battle though. There is Team Shimmy Skins looking to go the long way through turn 1. Oh, and it might be the wrong way through turn 1. Is he going to lose that position then? I think that's Nopek going to come straight back at him. No, he's not. Team Shimmy Skins. Hanowitz manages to stay just in front of Nopek, the wildcard driver. Bjorn Hage, another wildcard driver, getting involved in this mix-up up at the front. Damien Konzig. Oh, look how close this chasing pack is. It's going to be, you would think, a bit too early for that mandatory pit stop. You don't really want to be doing any more than, say, an hour and 5 minutes on a set of tyres, especially 31 degrees. So we'll see what strategy the drivers employ. What an absolute beautiful train of cars. Let's see if we can get a view of a few of them. Some rear view mirrors perhaps. No, none of the cars got rear view mirrors. Yeah, there we go, the Mercedes does. Best sounding engine and the best camera views as well. You've absolutely got to love it. So yeah, we're on board. Born has taken the fastest lap. That's going to change hands. Oh, and the lead might change hands as well, as Brogan Dyer is going to try and go round the outside of Parabolica. He looked like he was thinking about it, didn't quite have the pace using all of that exit corner. I'll tell you what, Nopek is right in the hunt once again. He's got a good run. And it is Hanowitz who's right in the slipstream. Brogan Dyer retakes the fastest lap of the race while he retakes the lead. No, he doesn't retake the lead, they're only side by side. It's still the McLaren. Yep, no, so there we go in a straight line. The Mustang gets it done through the corners. The McLaren has been able to fend him off so far. Is he going to be able to fend him off again? Brogan Dyer snakes his way through that first chicane absolutely beautifully, but it is to no avail as Konzig comes back out on the top once again. And there we go, he's at it again. Brogan Dyer into turn number 2. He's got that exit from the first again into the Secundo Variante. Is he going to make it stick? He's not, because it is Konzig who's got the line. He takes the perfect line there. The Mustang almost losing his nose. Dyer trying to defend from the Mercedes, but it is again to no avail. Gran makes his way through, and so does Hanowitz. Hanowitz comes flying through as well. Brogan Dyer tumbling down the order, and now finds himself behind Nopek as well. Oh, he's lost the back of the car. No, he's not lost the back of the car. How is that even physically, humanly possible to do that in a GT3 car? Let's have a look at that again. Excuse the rear view mirrors, they won't tell you the true story of what you're watching. Hopefully we get to see that. On the way into part 1 and then on the way out, yep, so just a little, touch of the grass, wow. I know there's consistency points in this league. What I think we need to do is get style points, and Brogan Dyer has just absolutely won them all. Poitrak, thank you very much for the follow. Who was the red Maka that reversed? Yeah, good question, I'm not sure. Ben Gilroy's in the pits. We've actually seen Blauwitz in the Porsche in and out of the pits. Sokolov, I think, was it red? No, Red Eye's not on a red. McLaren, but yeah, there's a couple down through the field. There is one of them there, the field of the local cars. Danny McCutcheon in the Porsche is involved in a pretty solid battle as well. David Granz has decided he's going to take up the mantle. Oh no, he's not, sorry, he's not getting a choice. Adrian Hanowitz showing the Maka power out of the first turn, and again, that is Hanowitz getting past the Mercedes. Dyer by no means left out of this one, and Leon Wessels in the Bentley is absolutely tearing in on them as well. He's got a beautiful view of what's going on just ahead of him, and he'll already have seen Those positions change hand over fist. He'll be looking for some of that action. So through Ascari then, Vessel's not quite in the slipstream train the way Brogan is. He is hanging on the back of this one. He's got the fastest lap so far with the 1 minute 47.9. I'd imagine that will tumble fairly heftily over the period of the race. Oh, look at the McLaren. He tries to send it up the inside, looking for more grip in there. Brogan follows him for that extra bit of slipstream. Is that the line he needed? Look at Dyer closing the gap along the start-finish day. He's going to go for the inside line once again. The Mercedes going for the outside line. Damien Konzik going for a look into turn number 1 with no cars side by side for the first time since the start of the race. It is Konzik leading. It's Brogan Dyer closing massively on the 2 cars ahead. There's been a minor bit of contact here. I'm not entirely sure what happened. Let's have a look and see. Was it car 230? Brogan Dyer. Yeah, I think this is the one. Let's have a look from Helicam. Look at the pace of that Mustang. Absolutely destroyed. Oh my god, goodness me. You know what, it wouldn't bother me so much, but I actually pay a monthly subscription for this software. There we go, and he absolutely, yeah, takes some no man's land for pace there for the McLaren. The Mercedes makes a big move to the outside. Dyer is way over on the brake. Oh, now did he just take a little tickle there from the McLaren behind him enough to take the escape road? It looks like he does. Still absolutely solid there. In the Porsche Cup cars there's been more changes. It's Jerome Jongen who now finds himself 13th place overall and in the lead ahead of Steiner Timmermans down to 3rd place. So while all that's been going on up at the front, the Porsche Cup cars have been having themselves a right old race down at the back. Danny McCutcheon, he was involved in an early incident as well. He finds himself just ahead of Sokolov, who is the lead car to have taken his pits. That is a wayward looking Steiner there. I think Steiner's just lost more positions in the Porsche Cup cars. He was massively off track. And we've got another Porsche Cup car leading, a couple of GT3s leading a Porsche Cup car. A few cars have taken their pit stops. Brogan Dyer has taken that Mercedes position. He's looking to make it another McLaren on the straight. The Mustang is an absolute powerhouse in a straight line along here. The McLarens just cannot handle it. And he launches himself into the first turn over that exit curve absolutely beautifully. Brogan Dyer convincingly back up to 2nd place. Now got 2.2 seconds to make up to race leader Damien Konzik, who's going to be wishing he got a lot more time between himself and the rest of the field. It's all kicking off with the Porsche Cup cars down at the back. We've got Hajo Horman looking to get himself back towards the podium. There's a whole group of, wow, absolutely wayward car. Oh no, he's pulling at the slipstream. Yeah, that is a red McLaren there. Abelstad in the FNM car. I think he might have been the car that was facing the wrong way. They're going to go 3 wide. Porsche car right up the inside. That's not going to end well. 3 wide on the way in is going to mean a lot of door banging on the way out, and a lot of door banging on the way out is exactly what we've got there. Hajo Horman managed to keep his nose clean. Wow, that's a full rugby tackle attempt there. Who's that? Mashko. Yeah, we will keep an eye on that. There's a Firmo Moto car there as well. Oh no, is that Mashko in the Firmo Moto? No, it's not. No, Mashko's in. Tablestad in the 39. Oh, the 55's gone round. It's collected Horman. Horman's going to lose a position to Mock. Another turn 2 nightmare for a few of the cars there. Horman involved in another incident. Mashko. Let's see if we can get a look at that. So yeah, turn 2. I've said it multiple times. Turn 1 at Monza is an absolute cakewalk compared to turn 2. And you can see there's Horman there, just innocent spectator in the middle, wrong place, wrong time, stage exit right. Brogan Dyer with another very, very, very quick lap indeed. He finds himself Now with a fairly clear rear view mirror now, he's got a second between himself and Hannah. It's got 2.1 still though to Damien Konzig. We've seen what the Mustang can do in a straight line, but we've also seen what the McLaren can do through the corner, so it could be a stalemate, which I could be talking nonsense because he's just found half a second in one sector. So I will jump back in my box and talk about what's actually happening. What's actually happening is David Grans and Thomas Nopek are most definitely having a battle. It's a beautiful cut back there by Nopek, got him all bang to rights. Exits there beautifully. Oh, a little bit of slide there, not as much of course as Mr. Dyer managed earlier in the race, but still some fair sideways action underway as they head towards Ascari once again. Konzig only lost a tenth through sector 2 there, which will please him, I'm sure. Hanowitz at 1.7, Nopek 1.2, Gran absolutely in the hunt, although the McLaren again just takes away at the start of the corner exit phase and shoots out of there. Timmermans all over the back of Mock with Horman all over the back. Horman of course taking pole position for the Porsche Cup cars, and he is looking to get himself back onto the podium. He's got 2 cars ahead of him if he's going to do that, and they are both directly ahead of him. There is a GT3 car involved there as well. But as we've seen, the Porsche Cup cars are not slow in a straight line. And if you do want to get involved in some of the most fun multi-class racing there is, make sure you check out QRT's Discord. They've just announced a 24-hour race at Spa. GT2s, GT3s and GT4s will all be taking part. 9th of November. So make sure you get you and your teams signed up for that. There will be a lot of coverage coming the way of coming this way on the channel. Moose in the chat, good evening Moose, how we doing? And Daryl's in the chat as well. Indeed it is, it's been a very interesting race. Hajo Horman looking to get himself back up to 4th position in the Porsche Cup cars into turn number 1. He's going to try and go round the outside. He's going to get this one. Very nicely done indeed. Let's see how Dyer is getting on. Up at the front, 1.2 seconds, so he is finding a bit of time to the car ahead and breaking away from Hanowitz, who's not breaking away from Nopek and Gron. That is quite the battle we're getting treated to here. Wessels has dropped down a bit as well. More and more cars coming into the pits quite early, I would have thought, given it is still an hour and 10 minutes to go. But mandatory stops have been made, so they'll be eking out the fuel for as long as possible. Gran out of the final corner. Brogan Dyer now within a second. Look at the speed of that Mustang along the start-finish straight. That is absolutely mind-blowing. Just completely destroying the McLaren. This is going to be an absolutely righteous battle up at the front between these two. Get some more gratuitous front right panel shots as they head towards through Curva Grande into Segundo Variante. Good work on the brakes again by both cars. Gran looking close behind as well. Interesting little battle brewing here. Adrian Hanowitz, we've seen very good. Nopek as well. Can the Mercedes outsmart the 2 McLarens? Is Brogan Dyer going to get this one done through Ascari? The cameraman can't even keep. As Timmermans comes into the pits, he did get overtaken by Horman as we saw, and he has come in to take his pit stop. Madsen in as well. So that is quite a few cars that have come in it with a 25 so far. 7 of them, 8 of them in fact now into the pits. Let's see what happens into Parabolica. Good to see the Half-Fast Gaming logo still on there as well. Heavy on the brakes, absolutely squealing. The weight distribution in the Mustang. Oh, a completely different affair in the McLaren. And Konzig maybe overestimating the weight distribution of the car and almost losing the back of it there. That is most definitely going to cost him time on top of the time. That's already going to cost him driving the McLaren, the Mustang. Oh, right, okay, so he's spotted the car coming out with the pits. And he's going to stay just behind, but this is going to be an interesting lap. Konzig really using as much of that chicane as he can. Brogan Dyer, as frugal as he could be with the amount of time he spent in the chicane, took a very middle line, not too close to either of the apexes. And look at the exit he's got once again through Curva Grande. That is an absolutely incredible takeoff he's got into the second chicane. Is he going to get the overtake done? As soon as he's caught up, surely Konzig is going to be able to defend through the chicane as he has done lap after lap so far. He has, and there we go then. This battle is absolutely heating up once again. I did actually register. Look, it actually currently says that Brogan Dyer is in the lead, because when they went through the end of sector 1 timing line, he was 100th ahead of Konzig. But that was only through the early acceleration phase. Konzig's managed to pull the car back in front. And there is Dyer giving the lights a good old flash, seeing if you can put Damien off in any way at all. Through Ascari though, Konzig looking as planted as ever. We've still got Hannah with Snowbikes. Oh, that wasn't very convincing. He's clipped the exit to Ascari, and that is going to surely give Brogan Dyer the lead once again. He is going to sail around the outside before they even get to Parabolica. And just as it changes back to say Konzig's in the lead, Brogan Dyer has in fact taken the lead. That is very nicely done there. Slightest of mistakes by Konzig on the way out of Parabolica. And Dyer has pounced. Given the pace that he's had so far, you would think he is just going to run away with this one now. Can Konzig hang in the slipstream long enough to keep up with what's going on? And what is going on is Brogan Dyer is looking to make this a one-way ticket to victory now. David Gran still behind Thomas Nopek. Oh, Nopek going full sideways. I'm going to take the escape road there. He might need to slow down a bit. He could certainly get a slap on the wrist from the in-game and live stewards if he didn't slow down enough through that slip road. Hajo Horman has caught right up onto the back of Orlando Mock as well. Mock now feeling the pressure of the fastest man in the Porsche Cup cars. We seem to have a weird line generated across the screen as well. On the way into Parabolica though, he is going for a Brogan Dyer round the outside. Is he going for the cutback? Oh, he's pulled this one in nicely for the cutback, and he's absolutely got it done. You can hear him whizzing past on that inside line, and there he is. Nicely done by Hajo Horman. Didn't make it to the end of race number 1. He has taken pole position in all of the races so far in qualifying. Here comes Lando Mock straight back up, and the slipstream is strong at Monza, certainly at the turn number 1. Mock is going to temporarily have his nose just back in front, but only very temporarily. And there you can see the extra grip the GT3s have got through the corners compared to the Porsche Cup cars. That's why the GT3, I believe that was Abelstad making his way through. Danny McCutcheon into the pits for the Silvers. Still Schulberg and McCulloch. Apologies to the Silvers. There's been that much going on up at the front. We've hardly checked in. And Schulberg actually carrying a lot of damage at the minute, so we'll see if he is still leading the Silvers when he comes out of the pits. Brogan Dyer is still leading the race, with Konzig in second, Hanowitz in third, Nopek in fourth place. Nopek a wildcard, of course, and Grant is fourth in the Pros Wessels. In the Bentley in fifth position, the Flatlander Performance Machine. I do love that Flatlander, can't even say it. Coming from Holland, not exactly known for its hills. What a tyre you can see there. In fact, there's Tice Payne coming into the pits with an hour and 3 minutes to go. The track temperature has dropped by 2 degrees as well. So I would have, definitely been of the thinking that staying out a bit longer, not too bad an idea. Let the track temperature settle a bit so it doesn't mess with your tyre pressures too much. Let's see if Konzig can mess with Dyer's lead. Or is this going to be an uphill battle? We've seen what Konzig can do. He's more than happy to sit right behind the competitor and go for the overtake on the last lap. He can be the hunter or the hunted. He's pulled it off impressively several times. Let's see if this is another one of those times. Again, the McLaren's so much better on the brakes, but it's the top end speed of the Mustang that is going to get Dyer away. And look at him, he's already gone. Already gone. The McLaren trying to fight back in the slipstream. The gap now just equalising out. If this was the other way around, we would see the Mustang absolutely closing up on the rear spoiler, but not to be for the McLaren. So now, does he bother coming into the pits, or does he just keep hanging on to the slipstream that he's being given to pull away from Hanowitz? Probably not too bad an idea. Nopek has successfully made it through the first chicane this time. Didn't go shooting over the road. Oh, Tice Payne has had a big incident. It looks like he's had several actually. So he is carrying a bit of damage here. So the car is unstable. As he, oh, right, he's clipped the curb on the left and then hit the wall on the right. Yep. Oh no, and then the wall on the left. Oh, so that is why Payne has spent over a minute stationary. That's a whole lot of damage to get repaired. A whole lot of damage. Unfortunate there for Payne. He was running well in the wild cards. But he's repaired. He'll get back out. 15th is saying he is at the minute. So despite, yeah, I don't think, 17th. Yeah, there's a few cars sneaking past, including the Porsche Cup cars. Yeah, Horman and Mock have just gone through. Jerome Jongen. Car looking fairly pristine. A couple of little dents on the front, but not too bad considering it is Monza and we're 15 laps in. Damien Konzig is almost in the back seat of that Mustang. So too Thomas Nopek. He's almost in the front of his own McLaren and the back of the one in front, all at the same time. Bet he's sick and tired of seeing the pit lane after yesterday. I'm sure he is. Yeah, all those penalties being paid to give him drive-throughs. You as well, Darryl. Brilliant sport. All he is getting involved like that. Teams buying each other and buying themselves penalties as well. All to raise money for Help for Heroes. No, I didn't realise. Why is that not happening? Is that still on the screen? Apologies, I didn't realise that starting grid had stuck on the screen there. I had a few issues with some overlays at the start, and it's kind of threw me off the game a bit. What have we got? Macho down the field looking to go past Blauwitz. In fact, I think he has just got that overtake done. Another three-way battle. The team Shumi Skins, QRT and the Post Cup car all tearing into the final corner. And it is Blauwitz, another QRT Post Cup machine. Good to see another couple of drivers in the Post Cup cars this time around. Konzig 0.2 of a second once again. Absolute cat and mouse between these two. The problem is for Konzig, it is Dyer that is the cat at the minute. Yeah, he's doing the chasing from the front because Konzig just cannot close that gap. The Mustang is just way too quick in a straight line. Here comes the McLaren's behind. Hanowitz is actually closing in, so too is Nopek. Still got 58 minutes to go, so still plenty of time for the drivers to take these mandatory pit stop. We'll see how Shumi Skins gets on when they decide to come in and pit. A couple of cars that have dropped down the order early doors. Danny McCutcheon. Now, he has been into the pits. He's coming to get some damage repaired, but he's not done his mandatory tyre stop, so he will be back in. Christophe Papai, the same boat, got some damage quickly repaired for the Papaya Racing car. His name on the side here, very nice, but he will still have to come back in for those mandatory requirements, so something's not gone well at the start of the race. We've now got some blue flags for the leaders to deal with, and as you can see there, it is still Dyer in the lead, Konzig second, and Hanowitz in third place. Grand now the car dropping off this battle, a whole lot of gravel for a whole lot of the cars there. Definitely can't be doing that too often. Now let's keep an eye on this action, I'll be back in a moment. Evening, Harry, how are we doing? Hope you're well. Hope you don't mind. We've kept the QRT QR code from the weekend. If anyone, this one down here, hello. If anyone does want to scan that and donate, £1,400 donated for the Help for Heroes. In fact, let me see if I can get a link and see if that is still the case. If I go here. Yeah, £1,454 it's sitting at. If anyone else does want to donate though, please feel free. The money to a phenomenally good cause. And again as well, I'm sure Harry will share the sim grid link. We've got the 24 hours of Spa coming up. 3 classes of car will be taking part. or certainly sign-ups are available. So if you know any GT2 or GT3 or GT4 teams, make sure you get them signed up. Hajo Horman took pole position, had a bit of an incident at the on the way out of turn number 2 on lap 1. Just completely in the wrong place at the wrong time. Now finds himself in the pits. Jerome Jongen near flawless up at the front of the Porsche Cup cars. Of course, Schoberg, despite the damage, leading the way comfortably in the silvers. But it is the all-encompassing battle we've had up at the front. It is still the top 4 running away with it, and it is still Dyer and Konzig at the top 2. And it is still in that order. Dyer has managed to keep Konzig at bay. Konzig was doing a phenomenal job early in the race to keep Dyer behind. After dropping down to 4th or 5th, I believe it was, Dyer caught back up, got the overtake done, and if he is looking back, it's not very often, because he is in the absolute zone. You can see the McLaren getting so close in the braking zones. But just the Mustang, let's just appreciate this engine on the way out of Parabolica. And we've seen time and time again, lap after lap after lap, when the Mustang's doing the chasing, the slipstream really does take effect, and when it's leading, it really does not. The 3 McLarens is still trailing behind Nopek, 4th in that pack. Not too far behind though as well, David Gran, having an absolutely solid opening to the race, 40 minutes in, sitting in 5th position with some seriously consistent laps going in there as well. Laps which have just froze, so all the fancy information I was about to bring you will temporarily go on hold. Yeah, that is very much broken, unfortunately. I've got yellow flags for Daniel Steiner, in fact, and Tice Payne. Not sure what's going on there. Steiner losing a whole lot of time through a Scary there. He's got Mock closing right in on him. Oh, he's had back-to-back accidents. Also, it was himself and Tice Payne there, the yellow flag. Oh, Payne was right on that inside curve there. Oh, and they've just connected on the way out. It's had a bit of a wobble there. And that's Daniel Steiner, yet coming into pits, followed in by Mock Jerome Young, and then staying out. Damien Konzig still staying in the slipstream, so too is Thomas Nopek. He's done his hardest to get up and get involved. He is one of the wild cards. Still definitely in the hunt for the overall win. Adrian Hanowitz will certainly be hoping to deny him an overall podium. We don't get a good rear camera there. We do from there though. Absolute precision stuff. That is 40 minutes gone. That's another 2 cars in and out of the pit. Steiner in, Mock already on his way out. We'll see where Horman is. McCulloch comes in as well. He's currently in 3rd in the silvers. So we'll see where he comes back out. If Sokolov can challenge, I'm not sure if Red Eye is going to be close enough, but Sokolov might be able, so that'll be looking to make up a few more places as well. Oh, running very wide on the way out there. They're going to need to be careful with the track limits. Very careful with the track limits. You don't want to drive through around this course. That is for sure. McCulloch is still in there. We haven't actually seen anyone speeding in the pit lanes. Which is a bit of a rare, yeah, it's a bit of a rare race, and we don't see any penalties for that these days. Quite a few of the drivers get a bit keen in the pit stop and find themselves on the wrong end of an extra trip back into the pits. Oh, and that's very close at the parabolic, and once again Thomas Nopek really eyeing up the opponent. Adrian Hanowitz, oh, he's going to be eyeing up his inside line there. I think he's on a bit too deep. I think I've lost control of the mouse. Ah, please give me the cameras back. Oh, so is this the run that Nopek needs? Oh, Konzig's pulled into the pits. I didn't even see that there. Konzig's pulled into the pits, so he's had enough of that battle. Nopek not able to capitalise on the minor mistake by Hanowitz. And there is confirmation. Yep, Damien Konzig coming in almost at the halfway mark. He'll be looking for the undercut then if he can. Well, Dyer answers straight away. Nopek looking to find himself another position as well. The teams and cars really are filing in and out of the pits now. There's Timmermans in for a second stop. Masco's been in for 2 and Ben Gilroy's been in for 2 as well. McCulloch's still at the lead. There's Konzig on his way back out, currently in 9th position. That'll catch up on the left in a moment. The right hand side is the accurate reading at the minute, so he's back out. Where is... so Brogan's coming into Ascari. Let's see what he does on this lap. And in fact, Hanowitz and Nopek, look how close these two still are. Neither of them giving up on this one. We'll just about see him in the side mirror there. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Pin that up there for anyone that joins. Is Dyer? No, he stayed out. So too is Hanowitz, and it looks like Nopek is doing the same as well. Solo Konzig. Solo strategy in the top 5. He's back out in lapping. Oh, in 10th position he's got Post Cup race leader Jerome Jongen just ahead of him. And then he's got another one of the QRT Post Cup cars just behind him. The one behind him is a blue flag. Is a lap down, but Konzig is behind Jongen. Jongen 9th place overall. Those Post Cups, as I said, no slouches in a straight line. Silver leader Schoberg comes into the pits. Konzig, wow, wide on the exit to Ascari. That's going to cost him a bit of time, and it is Hajo Horman. It is Hajo Horman that is directly behind. He won. He took pole position in the qualifying. Oh no, he tried to go up the inside, realised he wasn't going to make it, tried to go back to the outside and ended up making it a whole lot worse for both cars. And that is going to surely cost Konzig a run at the race win. How does that not register? How does that register as a yellow flag, but what just happened doesn't? I'm sorry, ACC TV, but that is very, very, very broken system you've got. Bear with me a moment, sorry, as I try to hide my disappointment at the software restrictions, and we'll see once this clears. Yes, he came out right in the middle of the two of them. But here is where this one actually happened. You can see Jongen is ahead, and you can see Horman there gets an absolute cracking run. And it just, yeah, Damien Konzig thinks he can make up the inside, realises he can't. He maybe actually would have been better just going for that full-blooded for the inside line, but that's cost him a lot of time. Brogan Dyer has stayed out again though. Nopek has come in. Grant's gone up to 3rd. Nopek into the pits along with Woolley as well. Timmerman's back in again, as I say, for a 2nd trip for him, so not sure why he's had to come back in. I need to move that someplace. Oh, and there we go, Woolley. I did say it's a rare race when we don't see it. Woolley unfortunately picking up a drive-through for speeding in the pit lane. Nopek on his way up. Where is Konzig? So he is going to, Konzig is going to be behind Nopek, surely. Nopek just on, Konzig, sorry, just on his way into Parabolica. Nopek is released from the pit lane. I think he is going to get into turn 1 ahead. Let's jump on board. Yeah, there you can see Nopek at the end of the pit lane in the distance. Konzig with the full blue flag behind 318. Oh, Nopek stopped for 30 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. Oh, so Konzig may be behind him now, but that will not be the case when Nopek serves that penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So just like that, we'll get 2 pit lane violations, and it's both pit lane violations. One speeding on the way in, one speeding on the way out as the drive-through is stopped with 32nd for the 2 of them, and that is Damien Konzig. Now finding himself ahead just of Hajo Horman. Adrian Hanowitz has come in to the pits. He's had enough of his tyres. David Grant has stayed out. Brogan Dyer has stayed out as well. Jerome Jongen has stayed out as well in the Porsche Cup cars. Is that another fastest lap? Oh yeah, it's been getting quicker anyway. 46.955. Oh, that's Ben Gilroy. I was going to say that's Team Shimmy Skins, but that is Gilroy in 24th place. Hanowitz is in the pits. In fact, Hanowitz is on his way out of the pits. Nopek has to come in for the stop going. Konzig again, just in through Parabolicus, so Hanowitz is going to be ahead. When he comes out, by how much? Nopek's not coming in on this one. So he's got 2 laps to serve his penalty. He did get ahead of Hanowitz though. And Hanowitz is ahead of Konzig. Dyer now got 5.5 seconds of a gap back to David Gran, who stayed out. We're well past the halfway mark in the race. The Coach Dave Delta prize is up for grabs, of course. Let's see if Dyer decides this is the time to come in. It is indeed. Gilroy goes past. Let's see. Nopek's got 2 laps left to serve his penalty. David Gran follows in the race leader. Now we've still got Timmermans very much stationary there. Where is Thomas Nopek now? Does he have another lap? I think he might have one more lap before he has to come in. Whether he's done enough to get on track lead, I'm not sure. Dyer has not lost much pace over those laps. Leon Wessels is going to take the on track. Well, Bjorn Hage following them through. These 2 still to take their pits, along with another 2 drivers, Papai and McCutcheon. Papai and McCutcheon have both been into the pits, but only to get damage repaired. They didn't fulfill their mandatory requirements. Let's see where Brogan Dyer is. He is stationary. Thomas Nopek is coming round the last corner, so certainly closer than some of the other cars have been when the car ahead is coming out of the pits, but you would imagine that Dyer has been released. Nopek does have 1 lap to go, and Dyer, yep, back out ahead of the pack. Oh, is that Nopek going right round the outside? Oh, he's ran way too deep there, way too deep, and I think he's going to have to give that position back again. Nopek has realised he's about to make a bad situation worse by picking up track limit penalties, and he's about to pick up an overtake from Adrian Hanowitz. That could not have gone worse for Nopek there. Really needed some clean laps before he served that penalty, and all he's done is let Adrian Hanowitz ahead of him before he gets into the pits. Konzig is coming behind. Oh, sorry, let me phrase that correctly. Gran is coming ahead of Konzig, so Konzig really does have his work cut out for him to get back towards the podium. That contact with the Porsche Cup car has really cost him his positions here. Of course, the wild card, the Nopek, will be coming in. It will still be Hanowitz and Grant ahead on those podium spots. It says that Hanowitz is only a second behind Brogan Dyer. He is. He is very close indeed to Brogan Dyer. We've had another incident further down the field with Milos Mashko. Checking on that one in a second. We'll see how Hanowitz handles the pressure. Well, it won't be much pressure from Nopek for long, because he is going to have to peel out the pits on this lap to serve that stop. Go 32nd. That's going to let Konzig and Grant through. So these two are going to get a position each after the pit exit. As there is Nopek peeling over to pull in. So he is going to drop down the order quite massively. Bjornhage has come in as well. Damien Konzig in a straight line. Look at the difference in the McLaren versus the Mercedes. Absolutely incredible. No problems whatsoever for Konzig. Oh, it might be in the braking zone. No, the Mercedes trying to fight back. He's going to squeeze him just outside. Konzig, no good rotation. Decent exit. Has the Mercedes done enough to hold on to the position for just now? No. It doesn't look like. Oh, there's another one. Wow. We had none for the first. Yeah, almost. Yeah, 16 pit stops. Went smoothly. Now we've had 3. Drivers pick up penalty. Bjornhage on his way out with the drive-through as Nopek is serving that stop go 30-second. It's going to let a few of the silvers through. Silver's being led by Tyler McCulloch, looking for another race win in the silver category. He is ahead of Schulberg, who did get that damage repaired. Running in 9th place overall. Where is Nopek? Where's Nopek gone? He's not backed out, is he? Is he disconnected? Yeah, unfortunately. We're missing him. Leon Wessels then. With 36 minutes to go, one of the last cars to take his pit along with Danny McCutcheon down to 19th position in the T1 SR Porsche. He's got the F&M car just ahead of him. Well, that is a blue flag scenario there. Yeah, still got the pit stop to take. Hanowitz is now being hunted down by Konzig. 2.4 seconds for Konzig to make up there. Brogan Dyer still only 1.2 seconds ahead of Hanowitz since they come out of the pits. So Hanowitz is in a really good pit stop phase. There's Bjornhage coming back in to serve his drive-through. And in fact, Horman is looking to get himself on the podium. He's got Lando Mack just ahead of him. Jerome Jongen, actually another driver still to take his pit, the Porsche Cup car leader. Still needs to take his pit stop. He's leaving it relatively late compared to the rest of the field, but this would effectively, I believe, be for 3rd position. I do think, yeah, Jongen is going to come back out the pits, or should come back out the pits ahead of Steiner and Mott. And thereby Horman as well, but Horman in 4th place. Blauwitz well down the road, and Timmermans has not been out the pits in quite a while. So he might be finishing the race in there, I'm not sure if he's carrying damage. Horman though, he is really pushing the buttons here of the car ahead, heading towards Ascari. He's got a 10th and a half separating him. Brogan Dyer still got 1.2 between him and Hanowitz, and Konzig is still at 2.3, so these three lapping at exactly the same times at the moment. Track temperature down to 28 degrees. So it's lost a few degrees since the race started, that's for sure. Oh, that's a very good exit there for Horman, right under that rear spoiler. Goes for the outside line. Let's see what he can do into turn number 1. As soon as you pop out the slipstream in the Porsche Cup cars though, oh, he's trying to weasel his way through there. He's not quite managed to pull off. He's looking for the exit. The car ahead is gently inviting him onto the outside line to make it harder for him to get the power down. And it's going to play right into his hands then. He's going to hang on to it. As Jerome Jongen does come in to take his pit stop. As I say, he should come back out comfortably in the lead as Horman goes for up the inside of turn number 2. Bit of contact there. But he does make his way through. Oh, and he's almost lost it. Lando Mock almost losing the car completely. Does manage to save it. On track leader Leon Wessels brings the Bentley in. We'll see where he comes back out actually. Should do not too bad considering a couple of cars with the drive-through penalties. Jerome Jongen, leader in the Porsche Cup cars, in and back out again, 9th place. That is not too bad a showing for the Porsche Cup car. Got a better look at that, there we go. Yeah, 9th place overall. Good gap to Steiner, Horman. Oh, Masco's had another bit of an incident for the Kreminka racing team. The purple and white McLaren carrying a fair bit of damage there. Leon Wessel's on his way out of the pits. McCulloch's in the last corner. I think, yeah, Grant and Konzig, yeah, they are definitely through. Konzig comfortably past Grant now. And they've got, that's Woolley who's just had a drive-through penalty just ahead of them. Hanowitz is now 1.6, so Brogan Dyer starting to find those all-important tenths of a second to extend that gap out. Konzig, that's not 48 seconds. Yeah, 2.2. Really very cleverly getting out of the way for another one of the top 4 drivers, the top 5 now. All out on track, that is Leon Wessels. He is, yes, he is 11 seconds down, so it is all really about the top 4 as far as the podium. That was Brogan Dyer racing through the shot there. Adrian Hanowitz racing to catch him. Konzig trying to catch both of them. Dyer is pulling away from Hanowitz. Konzig is closing in on Hanowitz. We'll see if Grant can keep up with Hanowitz as well. McCulloch definitely leading in the silver, 6th place overall as well. He's got Schulberg not too far back, so that could definitely be one that could change, and another potential change on the podium in the Porsche Cup car. Steiner in 2nd place, but he does have Horman closing him down with 30 minutes left to try and get himself an overtake. He really does get a phenomenal exit out of Parabolica compared to the other Porsche Cup drivers, and oh yeah, Steiner there, that wasn't exactly the smoothest run through the first turn there. I'm thinking he's going to get himself a slap on the wrist from the in-game stewards on that one. Brogan Dyer running like clockwork up at the front. 2.4 is now the gap he has got to Hanowitz. He's only got a 2-second gap to Konzig, who's got a 2.1 second gap to Gran. So they're all still very close. Let's see what's happening with Horman. We'll keep an eye on the silvers as well. Schulberg still 1.7 seconds down. I believe that's everyone been in and out of the pits. 23 cars left in the race. Timmermans has been in there for quite some time. Yeah, so I'm guessing he sustained some fairly meaty damage on the car. Konzig, it's going to be a bit of a balancing act and a bit of a stalemate now between these top drivers in the closing stages. They're going to just need to make sure they keep it clean. Lando Mock coming under pressure from Tice Payne. There we go, the Wildcard GT3 making his way through. Horman almost getting this overtake done now, surely. On the way into Parabolica, we've seen what he can do on the exit to Parabolica, and he has done several times over. Is he going to get it done before he even get in? Oh, he's not aimed it for the inside. Brave corner entry there by Steiner. It's going to cost him a bit of grip, and before I could even say it, the grip was cost. The back was nearly lost in the position. Most certainly is, I would say. Horman has been otherworldly out with that last corner compared to some of the other Porsche drivers, although Steiner coming straight back at him. Steiner holding the middle line, trying to make it as difficult as possible for Horman to secure the overtake, but he is going to get it done. Steiner backs right out of it, and that is Horman up to 2nd place. I'm just looking at the gap. What is he? 36 seconds behind. 34 seconds behind Jongen. So yeah, Jongen getting the job done. He's got 28 minutes to just keep this one nice and neat. And yeah, should be bringing home another race win in the Cup cars. Oh, just as I say that, very nearly throws himself off track. Let's hope we don't have too many more of those. Dyer still leading the way. Hanowitz still in second. Konzig in third, and Grant still able to see all of them ahead. Yep, 1, 2, 3. Away they go. We'll see what the gaps are on the exit. Payne got past Mock. He's now catching up to Steiner. So he is fairly moving since he's come back at the pits as well. Still got the help for Heroes, and yet a slight lift by the Post Cup car lets Payne go sailing on through. Those Post Cup engines do sound very, very good, but I know we're not really supposed to use chase cam, but let's have a little listen. And in fact, that is Brogan Dyer in the background. I was just about to say, he really is unleashing up at the front. 3.3 seconds is now the gap. The McLarens were doing well when they were close in the slipstream, but they are most definitely not in the second phase of the race. Dyer has gone a bit quicker as well. The lap time, quickest lap now down to 1:46.930. So definitely getting quicker. Grant getting closer to Konzig. Konzig getting closer to Hanowitz. 26 minutes left. So Hanowitz definitely losing touch with Dyer ahead of him. But there you can see Konzig in the background. Danny McCutcheon in for a second pit stop, or is that him just on his way out? I think. Oh no, that is his first pit stop, isn't it? No, it is his second. So, yeah, McCutcheon just exiting the pits for a second time then. Oh, of course, yeah, he took one pit stop early for damage, and that'll be his mandatory stop now done. Back in 21st position. Just behind the top four, so yeah, pretty perfect. Not to have too much blue flag traffic to deal with when you come out. Just crack on with your own race and let them tear off into the distance. Schoberg now right on the back of McCulloch, so the top two in the silvers now right on top of one another. The Ferrari looking pretty nimble at the moment, chasing down McCulloch. Is he going to be able to get the one over on the McLaren at Monza though? No mean feat, especially if you're not in a Mustang. Konzig now 1.9, Schoberg 0.8 of a second, so just on the edge of the dirty air. Very late on the brakes, manages to get it stopped and rotated very nicely though. They've got a Post Cup car. Oh no, sorry, the Post Cup cars are a fair bit up the road. There is a blue flag car just ahead of them. We'll see how they got on passing that, if anyone can engineer and overtake with some blue flag assistance. Schoberg losing a bit of time through that sector then. Dyer just catching up to some Post Cup cars himself. He'll be looking to get past them pretty quickly if he can. And yeah, good bit of slipstream for the car ahead. That's not what Schoberg wants to see at all. McCulloch just sneaking a bit further away. That is Sokolov. Actually, fourth place in the silvers they've got just ahead of them. So the top three in the silvers really doing a number on the rest of the field then. Woolley, despite the drive-through, still in 10th overall and 3rd. But yeah, that is Sokolov in overall 15th, just ahead of these two, so they're all in the same class. It's just at the moment Sokolov is a lap down yet when he's popped himself out of the way. Oh, and he's clipped that exit curve. That's not going to do him massive amounts of favours. It certainly helped. It certainly helped Schoberg a bit though. That's him got to within half a second, so he's definitely going to be getting the benefit of the slipstream. Can he use it though? He's not going to be close enough on this go into turn number 1. If he crafts a good exit here, could make it interesting into turn 2. Horman now. Tice Payne's been carving past the Porsche Cup cars. Now Horman pestering his rear spoiler. I'm just looking to see, are they closing that gap on Yongdon? Oh, it is, no, it's still about 34 seconds. And in fact, I think Payne is actually not long overtaken Horman. That's why, yeah, that gap is stretching out. The gap there on the screen is a bit out of date. So yeah, it was Payne going past Horman. In fact, that gap now up to 1.7. But Schoberg now within 3/10. Unlike the 3.5 seconds separating Dyer and Hanowitz. 3/10 there. Mock behind Steiner as well. That is for, in fact, that's for 3rd place in the Porsche Cup car. So 1st and 2nd in the silvers looking pretty close, and 3rd and 4th in the Porsche Cup cars as well. We've got another car, Red Eye, coming into the pits. Let's see what Schoberg does here. Oh, he is definitely looking the quicker of these two at the minute. Ooh, the McLaren running wide and losing the back end. Is the Ferrari going to be able to make the most of that minute mistake there? And he really is. Look at the pace differential out of Parabolica. That is barely a contest. The Ferrari right over on the left hand side, so he's going to have a good line on the end, but the McLaren goes much later on the brakes. Yeah, there was no way he was making that corner, and he tries to keep the foot pinned over the rumble strips, and that is Schoberg. Marcus taking the race lead for the silvers. McCulloch making a bit of mistake into the first chicane, and that has put Schoberg in the lead. Mock and Steiner, I think I've just swapped places. Yeah, Steiner is up to 13th overall. So those two have swapped over while that was going on. No swap in the top of the pros, or at the top of the pros even. As Brogan Dyer now 4.1 seconds ahead. There is Hanowitz with Jerome Jongen in 9th. Unsurprisingly, the Porsche Cup cars, yeah, they are decent in a straight line. The GT3s will definitely beat them over a lap, so another lap down to the race leaders. Konzig 3 seconds behind, so too is David Grant, so they are starting to spread out a bit there. McCulloch trying to hold on to the back of Schoberg in the silvers. In fact, he's moved over to not collect any slipstream. As you can see, is that Danny McCutcheon? No, that's right, that's not Gilroy. Blauwitz, sorry, yeah, Blauwitz in the QRT, one of the QRT Porsche Cup cars. So no slipstream there for McCulloch, and that's going to cost him big time. As you can see, Schoberg is just absolutely going to pull away. So great drive by Schoberg to get himself up into the lead, and he is looking good for a race win. Brogan Dyer has had quite the eventful race. I'm sure he will have been absolutely loving it. A lot of action to take in over the 90-minute race. We've had 70 of those minutes so far, and he has been dominant for the last 40 of them, it's safe to say. 4.2 seconds now the gap that he's got himself up at the front of the field. Sokolov into the pits. So yeah, quick stop there for Sokolov. I'm not sure if that is for damage or what he's got going on there. But whatever it was that ailed him, he's back out the pits and running again. Jongen now got Konziger coming past him, but yeah, it's been a phenomenal drive for Jerome Jongen, fresh from his exploits at the weekend in the 10-hour Kailani for the Helfer Heroes. He's now bringing home another win in the Porsche Cup car. He is a serious contender for the O Series crown, just as I say that. He has a bit of a slide through Segundo Variante. Never don't want to do that too often. It's amazing how the wheel braces on there actually do look like the Lego studs you get on the Lego race cars, but there we go, and you can see Konzig very close for the McLaren driver. Should be able to hear his engine. Sailing on by, slight lift there from Jongen to let him through. And Mock and Steiner actually, those two still battling for the final podium position in the GT3 in the Porsche Cup cars. They've just swapped position. So this fight most definitely not done yet. We'll see how these two get on towards the end. I'm sure there'll be oh, Steiner there just on a bit of a moment on the exit. That's going to give Mock a bit of breathing space for at least a couple of corners. The two Echo Air drivers battling for final podium honours, and it is the final podium spot. There's only one of them getting it. Oh, and I tell you what, Steiner really looks like he wants it later on the brakes. Into Ascari. Oh, he's ended up running wide all the way through. Oh, he's lost the back, and he has made a big impact with the wall. The Porsche Cup car certainly not as aerodynamically dependent as the GT3s or even GT4s. And not the GT4s are at all, actually, but yes, Steiner will certainly be feeling the pain after that contact. That was a big one into the wall. Christophe Papai has just gone past Masco. Masco's had a couple of incidents so far. Both these drivers have had 2 trips into the pits so far. And in fact, Tice Payne with another trip into the pits. So I'm not sure what's going on with Tice there, if he was carrying a bit of damage. No, can't see anything on. Yeah, no, that was him coming out of the pits. It was maybe for a bit of damage. A fresh set of tyres to go for the fastest lap. What is he at the minute? 147.8. He's going to need to find a whole lot of time. 146.8 for Dyer, so he's been going quicker and quicker, unsurprisingly. It's now in that 5.9 second gap he's got up. Konzig not really able to make any kind of inroads in Hanowitz's lead over him at the minute. Grant in the same boat. And in fact, losing a bit of time. Wessel's looking good there in that 5th position. Let's watch the leader for a few laps. Still some life in the fights up at the front. As we can see, Damien Konzig closing it to 1.2 seconds, and Hanowitz does have some blue flag traffic ahead of him, so he's going to have to be careful how he handles that. Brogan Dyer's been handling it absolutely perfectly. He is 10 minutes and not many laps away from an absolutely solid victory. Now the highlights for this are going to be absolutely awesome at the end, so make sure you stay about for those. And we'll see what happens here. We'll go the Fear No Moto car, getting itself handily out of the way, and again, very nicely done for both cars. Hats off to whoever that driver is. It's definitely a Fear No Moto car. And yeah, that was nicely done through those two corners to let second and third place get through, and that gap is dropped by another 2/10 in the favour of Konzig. Oh, he's overcooked it into Ascari. He's overcooked it into Ascari, and that's not shown up as a penalty. I had thought I'd fixed that, but apparently not. Yeah, can't quite get a grip on that. Oh, Lando Mock. Oh, he's had a big mistake. He's going to give Steiner back the podium. Mock and Steiner have both made big mistakes, and Steiner, you can't believe his luck. He has just been handed in a very damaged Porsche. He has been handed a podium position after his teammate has had an Ascari exit there, which has left him in the wall. We'll have a look and see if it is the same mistake that his teammate made, or it might well be. Yeah, kick it over, steer. Oh yeah, so he's gone into the wall on the left, his teammate went into the wall on the right. He managed to stay out of the way of the closing GT3 car. Right, another GT3 car closing in on Steiner. That is Gilroy. Konzig has lost time again to Hanowitz then. That got back up to 1.7 seconds. That was dropping in his favour. Now most definitely is not. Yeah, so 1.5 seconds there. Brogan Dyer still with an almighty gap up at the front. He is tearing away up at the front here. 8.7 seconds is now the gap. Unfortunately, my speed trap isn't working, and neither is my error reporting software. So we are at a bit of a standstill as far as data goes at the minute, so apologies. Apologies for that. Yeah, that's something I'll need to try and get fixed at another point in time, obviously. Hanowitz still second, and Konzig in the silvers. It is Schoberg who has absolutely broken away from McCulloch by quite some margin now. He's got himself a 4.1 second gap. McCulloch, though, fairly solid in second. He has got Post Cup car leader Jerome Jongen between him and third placed Woolley. Woolley doing well to get on the podium still. He did have a drive-through penalty for speeding in the pit lane, but he's had a solid race since serving that penalty, and a podium will be his reward. Mock and Steiner are back to within 0.6 of a second of one another. So neither of these keen on giving up the battle at the moment. We'll see. Oh, how they get on. They've got QRT. Is that? No, it's not Tice Payne behind them. It's Tice Payne behind them. He is tucked directly behind them. Bjorn Hage is right on the back of McCulloch as well, but that's wildcard versus a silver, and we'll see Tice Payne trying to get past both of them as these two try to battle out for the position. He's snuck his way through there. Orlando Mock has lost the position as Tice Payne gets past both of them, or does? Yep, he does get past both. Just about gets past both of them through Ascari, certainly on the exit. Gets it signed, sealed and delivered. Konzig losing more time to Hanowitz. So Hanowitz really not keen on giving up that second position, it seems. That is a great run that he's got as well. Grand now 3.2 down. Hanowitz really not keen on giving up second place. 2.2 seconds is the gap there. Bjorn Hage still close. Let's see what happens with Mock and Steiner. The two of them carrying damaged Porsche Cup cars. Mock's a bit far back this time around. You can actually hear the engine ahead clearer than you can hear the engine we're on board with at the moment. We'll need to fix that. Ben Gilroy's had himself a bit of an incident down at the back of the Team Schumi skin car. He's quite a few laps down, not had a great start. He has made it up a few positions though since the start of the race. Whoa, he's just hanging on at the edge of absolutely everything there. Steiner skirting his way through that corner, trying to stay ahead of his teammate. Damien Konzig looking to make it as much of a grandstand finish as possible. He's found 7/10 on Hanowitz in those last couple of sectors. So that gap dropping massively back in his favour. Yeah, he's done phenomenally well. Brogan Dyer is the driver on fire at 1 minute 46.802, so has gone marginally quicker again. Making his way past a bit more traffic on the way into Ascari. Damien Konzig, we'll see if he can close in. There's Grant just going past the blue flag in the background as well. Konzig can see the target ahead of him. 3 minutes to go, so maybe 2 laps left. They're going to have to be some good ones. He's made a bit of a mistake through Ascari early in the race that really cost him a lot of time, right on the edge of the track limits there. Definitely needs to be careful with that. Oh, he's off the accelerator. Oh, has he run out of fuel? Is he running out of fuel? He's on map. Yeah, he is. Konzig is running out of fuel. He's on map 12. He's just switched to map 12. So he must be running out of fuel. Yeah, 3.2 seconds is the gap. Hanowitz is not only going to guarantee himself second place, Grant could be looking to get himself on to the podium. Oh yeah, Konzig is real trouble fuel-wise. And Grant is going to be in the hunt once again. So too Mock and Steiner. They two are still going at it. Konzig. Oh, he was going a bit slow there, so that's why the white flag came up. Yep, he is absolutely struggling. He's moved right out of the way. He's got no fuel in the car, and he has got no podium position at all. He's got no podium position either. As there is David Grant, cannot believe his luck. And I tell you, it could get worse. Leon Wessels in a lap and a half could make up 15 seconds, depending on how little fuel Damien Konzik has got. Brogan Dyer comes through as Scary for the penultimate time of asking. He's been absolutely supreme round this course this evening. Abelstad just having a bit of a moment. Lando Mock and Steiner are both having an absolute battle still for this final podium spot. The two teammates don't go full Haas and take one another out. Mock though with a good exit out of Parabolica. They are absolutely tearing down the straight. There's confirmation the leader is on at the final lap into turn at number 1. Mock tries to go for it right round the outside. That is some threes. That is the cars. They've made contact. One's gone for the escape. They made contact on the way in. One of them went for the escape road, took the position. Now his teammate's taking it back. Oh, and they've made big contact in Curva Grande, and that is a grand tank slapper into the wall, and that is Mock ejected from the podium. Steiner will take it in the Post Cup car. He might take a penalty as well. His teammate might not report it. We'll see what the stewards say. But Brogan Dyer, oh, just as he's just catching up onto the back of this battle now, actually. Konzik is still 14 seconds up on Wessel, so looks like he's maybe done enough to hold on to 4th. That is a very big if considering the lack of fuel he's got. Dyer is tearing in. Again, been an absolutely flawless drive for the Wild Things Mustang driver. He's got that fastest lap pretty comfortably, and once he got himself into the lead, he most certainly did not spend any time looking back. He's definitely looking forward at the minute. He's got quite a few cars ahead of him as he is looking to close out the race. And out of Ascari, it is the Post Cup car podium that's ahead of him. Well, it's almost like he lifted there. Ah, okay, so he lifted just because it was another Post Cup car there. Just making sure he stays safe and doesn't get caught up in anything silly. Right into the last corner, but it is Brogan Dyer, Wild Things Racing in the Mustang with another incredible race and another incredible race win. What a team of drivers these lot have got. It's just incredible. It is incredible, and it's Brogan Dyer who's led them home today. Adrian Hanowitz crosses the line to take second place for Team Schumi Skins. And of course, David Gran and the Mercedes taking third. Damien ran out of petrol. Konzig in 4th place, and Marcus Schoberg, after a solid race and a good battle with McCulloch halfway through, he's going to get himself a win in the silvers. Jerome Jongen's already crossed the line to take the Post Cup car win. They were a couple of laps down. Wessel's doing some donuts. There is our Porsche Cup leader. They're getting involved in the donuts as well. Here comes Schoberg into Parabolica, though a few more cars. Woolley taking the checker flag in 3rd in the silver. Sokolov in 4th. Red Eye, Masho, McCutcheon 5th, 6th and 7th. Blauwitz bringing up the rear in the Porsche Cup cars. And Marcus Schoberg taking the checker flag in the silvers. Good consistency he had as well. Only a 10th of a second separating his last 3 lap times. Oscar Bjornhage crossing the line as well in the wild cars, but it's Tyler McCulloch in the Fear No Moto car. Let's see how Steiner and Mock get on, and they are still going in it for the final podium position into Parabolica. And Steiner has got the car in front. Oh, has he run a bit deep though? He has. He's run a bit deep. He's opened up for his teammate to come back up. And yeah, I think both of you are going to be getting severe talking to from the stewards after that one, because that was no bueno, my friend. No bueno whatsoever, and the stewards are going to come down on that like a ton of bricks, one can only hope. Certainly, all we need now is Tice Payne to quickly cross the line. There we go, and there is confirmation that it was Brogan Dyer. That did indeed win the race in the Cups. Jongen and Horman with Steiner on the podium. That might be penalised. Oh, we've lost the results here. But congratulations to everyone that did finish on their respective podiums there. That was an incredible drive. Schoberg winning in the silvers and Brogan Dyer winning in the pros. Absolute world-class driving from Dyer up at the front. Schoberg calling himself a phenomenal battle there, coming out on top. To take, disconnect please, thank you. To take the top spot in the silvers. Another action-packed round as you would expect. And next up is my beloved Spa. So make sure you tune in for that. Of course, the drivers all driving for prizes, courtesy of Coach Dave Delta. 6 3-month free passes are up for grabs. P1, 2 and 3 in the overall championship, as well as championship's most consistent, most valid laps and best overtake of the championship. That is incorrect. So yeah, thank you to everyone for tuning in. Thank you to everyone that's given us a follow this evening as well. How do I ban this person? It's taking away the ban. There we go, sorry, having to ban one of those unscrupulous bots. But yes, QRT will be back on Thursday night, the continuation of this GT3 Season 4. And again, of course, next Sunday we'll be back for the next round of this, coming from Spa, so make sure you get tuned in for both of those. And of course, hit the QRT SimGrid host page link. You can get the link to the Discord and get involved with all the racing action. Of course, today, the announcement that we will have 24 hours of Spa with GT3s, GT2s and GT4s. So if that floats your boat, and let's face it, why wouldn't it? Make sure you get signed up on that host page. Thank you very much, YTR Tricination, for the follow. Welcome to QRT. I'll leave you now with the closing highlights from today's race, and I'll be back with Mr. Sean Madden on Thursday night. Until then, stay safe, take it easy, and have a great rest of your night. Good night.